Don't do this. Instead, try this.
What's up, disc golfers? Coach Connor O'Reilly here with Team OTB Discs. And if you watched the last video, we talked a little bit about one of the most common, probably the #1 most common footwork error that I see out of disc golfers. And now we're going to talk about the second most common footwork or alignment errors that I see out of people learning how to play the game or still trying to optimize their backhand swing. Now, what this error is going to be is closing yourself off too much with your run up or not matching the line of your run up to the line of the shot. You see a lot of people are trying to throw further. They try to learn how to throw further. And so they look up videos, and a lot of videos tell you, the more closed you can be, the more power you can generate. And yes, while this is true, if we're just looking for a powerful, accurate, straight golf shot, this type of run up being this far closed off, where now the line of my run up is facing off out to the left here, isn't going to be super advantageous for playing nice, consistent, accurate, but powerful golf shots in a straight line. This is going to be a good run-up line if I'm throwing an Anheuser or a roller or a big turning shot that's going to start out there to the left, apex out and start to turn back to the right, or come back and start to roll. This is going to be a good setup for that. However, when you're trying to base your swing out of a nice, powerful, straight golf shot and then adjust it based on the type of throw you have at hand, I think that's the best way to approach being an accurate disc golfer, in my opinion. So, knowing this, if we're going to throw a straight shot straight at this big oak tree, we're going to want the line of the run-up to maybe be about, for a right-hand backhand player, 10 degrees of right to left. Still relatively straight, but just enough right to left to help set us up into that natural back toe through front heel line, going in line with that target and with the line of the reach back and pull through. So that 10 degrees, it's relatively straight, but it helps us get slightly closed off to create some power out of the hips and still give us that good alignment for the straight release. Now, before we go even further into that, let's do a quick rewind for all you guys who are probably thinking, you know what, I do like the power I've been getting out of that closed off position. Connor, why do I not want to do that? Well, when it comes to the disc golf swing, every throw is going to have that awful term rounding that people talk about as being a bad thing. Every throw has the point where we've gotten in here, we've done our footwork, we've reached back, we're collapsing that leg through, we got that elbow coming deep into that power pocket, they call it, and now the disc and the arm kind of hinge out and the disc rips out of your fingers as it goes forward. So every throw is going to have that moment where the hinging is happening and we have a round action happening with the rotation, but knowing that we can control the straight line and forces of our legs in line with the line of intention, as well as everything from the peak of the reach back through that pull through before we start to unconsciously hinge because we're moving so fast. Once we have an understanding of this, we can really try to use those two lines, the lines of the legs and the lines of the reach back, to always try to be close to parallel to each other, giving us the most power, accuracy, and efficiency with our body. If we get to this closed position that some of you guys maybe have been liking, and we're now trying to throw a straight shot, you can see how now the line of my reach back through pull through and the line of my legs are intersecting right here. And like I said earlier, what that's going to do is that's going to force you to almost have a controlled late release to get around your body and create a little more rounding that you're creating with that closed off run up. So controlled late release is going to be what finds you on that dead center line. And are you going to hit it still at times? Yes, you are. But you're also probably going to increase the likelihood of nose up misses off to the left, that kind of sky up, dive left, and those little bit of grip locks late because you're trying to late release it and force it into that late timing because you're overly closed. So I think not only will it help you be a little more efficient and linear with your power, but it should help with your accuracy and your timing if you rein in that run-up line to match the line of the throw. So I'm going to show you guys what this looks like for the 3 different types of release angles. First, we're going to go back to that straight shot we mentioned. We're just going to be looking at that little bit of 10 degrees, I call it. I don't know exactly the number, but You know, that's something I think we can all kind of picture in our brains a little bit, just a little bit off of that straight line from the right to the left for a right-hand player. That's in line with the target. Reach back's in line with the target. Boom, we have that parallel power for increased accuracy and timing that we talked about. Now I'm gonna go try to throw a hyzer line around this big oak tree going to the target. Well, in that case, I'm not gonna continue that straight run up that I just did and now throw with a hyzer line in my reach back, because now I'm still gonna run into that crisscross thing we talked about. So I'm gonna adjust the line of my run up to match that Jomez Pro follow flight from the start to the back. So get yourself over to the left side of the box so you can create that little bit of right to left movement, creating that line of the legs off to the right, matching with the power and the line of the reach back, creating maximum accuracy and efficiency. And now vice versa, we're gonna come show you guys the anhyzer. So we are gonna be here, heel toe line off to the left, reach back line to match it. If you take a picture and you assume I'm throwing straight, it's gonna look like I'm rounding and I'm really closed off, but the power of this shot's coming out to the left and then sweeping back into the frame. So that's how it's gonna look for the 3 different release angles. Before we conclude here, I'm gonna go through in practice, show you guys what that looks like for the anhyzer straight shot and hyzer shot with these 3 faiths and different stabilities. Here's that anhyzer. Started out left, got back towards the tree. Here's a straight one. I'm gonna go straight shot. Sorry tree, sorry disc. Missed the tree, thank goodness. Oh, it's working with us, y'all, working with us. And now, finally, here's a look at how it's gonna look in practice on that hyzer line. The window's a little more of an inside hyzer here, so I'm not gonna be able to go as drastically wide as I'd like to show you guys, but you know what, maybe I'll just throw it wider than I'm supposed to. For the sake of the video, you're right. Yep, and there you go. Now you see in practice how that anhyzer straight and hyzer run-ups are gonna look when you're using that line of your run-up to create the most accuracy and efficiency on the disc golf course. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if you guys are looking for more tips and tricks that I'll be bringing to you soon. Hopefully I'm gonna give you guys a full review from the legs up to the eyes on how to be the best backhand disc golfer you can be. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful for you. Once again, we talked about how to have that line of the run-up be parallel to the line of the throw. In my mind, it's going to help you be a more accurate, more efficient disc golfer and shrink your cone of error out there on the course. And we all want smaller cones of error, let's be real. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. The flies are liking me, so you should too. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, the next day, sometime soon. Also, don't forget, if you're in the Austin area or wherever you are in the world and you want to get some personalized coaching from me, see what I see in your swing, or just play around with me and do a little bit of improvement, a little bit of having some fun, a little bit of shredding your personal course record, whatever it might be, hit me up, whether through Instagram, through the email that's in the description below, through Facebook, however you can reach me. Let's make it happen.